Clay Burdett here with Blake Mellinger. Coach, very up and down week for your team. You took down Tusculum in your second meeting with them this season, marking the first win over Tusculum in 22 years. That was then followed up with a tough loss against Wingate in the Pryor Center. You guys had a hot first half against Wingate. Then the Bulldogs found a 22-7 run there towards the end of the second, and then they were able to run away with that win. So talk about both those games for me. Talk about Tusculum first.
Yeah, I mean, I thought Tusculum was a pretty complete game. Truthfully, like we were pretty consistent all the way through. Thought we did a good job of kind of controlling the paint, so to speak. Like one thing that we were really worried about was giving up a bunch of paint points to them, and I think we actually outscored them in the paint, if I remember correctly. So I think that had a lot to do with it. And then offensively, I thought we really executed and were able to get looks. On that end of the floor. And then Wingate, like really, I think we just had, really about a bad 5 minute stretch there between if I remember correctly, it was between like the 13-minute and the 8 minute mark or something of the second half. So they were able to stretch it out, and we kind of closed the gap there late, but it was just a little too late at that point.
So up next, you guys are facing Emory and Henry for the second time this season. That night, Lawson had 33 points. Dean had 28. It's obviously you've got some good chances if they're scoring that high. It was the largest victory for your guys' program over a SAC opponent since your induction to the conference in 2020. This time it'll be at Emory, so I'm sure they're going to bring a tough atmosphere, just like we did in the Pryor Center. So talk about that game and what you're expecting from this team.
Yeah, honestly would be completely different than the game here. I mean, it's going to be an absolute battle. Like, they play really well at home. Probably will be somewhat of a hostile environment. I think, they're probably they may be throwing a pep rally over there this week. Who knows? Like, it's one of those games. It's a rivalry game. Like a lot of people outside the program really get into it. For us, it's really important because it's a key conference game. If you look at the standings, like, we're really trying to get to that second spot. Right now we're sitting in third, a half game out. So, we really need a win. From a conference standing standpoint, there's very little margin for error when you look at the standings between second place and I think fifth place. So, you can jump or fall in a hurry. So that's what makes tomorrow's game so important. I think for us, it's, we have to have the right mentality. We have to understand it's not going to be easy. I think we had a lot of things go our way here against them there a month ago, but they're playing really well. They're shooting the ball a lot better from the perimeter. That's something they hadn't done earlier in the year. So I think that's going to make them even harder to guard. So we'll definitely have to be ready.
Thanks, Coach. UVA Wise heads to Emory to face the Wasps on Wednesday, February 15th with a 7:30 p.m. start. Catch all the action on UVAWiseCavs.com and for video coverage on Flow Sports. Thanks, Blake.
Thanks, Chloe.